In 2015 spring, I was about to graduate from secondary school. There's a tradition in our school that each of the graduating class is to produce a video which can talk about anything that is related to the class specifically, or sharing a message creatively, and then present it in front of the whole school during the farewell assembly. As it is not a mandatory practice, the school is completely out of the equation. We held class meeting to discuss what message to bring to our audience, who our intended audience is, and in what ways we're going to present it. At the end, as the director and one of the producers, I made a video showing our collective concern over our friendship and the bond between us, that someday we would become like strangers when we grow up, head to a new stage of life, studying or working somewhere else instead of being together every day like when we're still in school. This is the genuine collective voice of our class, expressed by our creative artifacts that were produced together without any intervention from teachers or the school. But are we actually freed of intervention? When I really think about it, the answer is obviously no, because of the power structure embedded in the setting. The school had never imposed any restrictions on the content or ways of representation for our video, nor did it ever give us any direction or guidance in the process of media making. However, we knew beforehand that our video is going to be presented in front of the whole school, even though we knew that the assembly will be relatively casual. But as a student, the fact that the teachers are to be part of the audience made us unwittingly abide by the written or unwritten rules exist in the student-teacher relationship when we are brainstorming ideas for the video and when we are producing it. Students' manner and conduct at school are largely regulated or self-regulated when the norms have internalized by the power structure embedded in this space called school, where teachers are assumingly in authority, and where certain expectations towards students' behavior and expressions are imposed. As a result, it poses a question regarding the influence of the authenticity of youth voice from the institutionally mediated setting in which the creative work of young people is produced. The notion that all kinds of youth media production is empowering through the act of self-expression is not necessarily true, but is rather problematic. Young people are influenced by the context and power structure in which they are situated. It's difficult for them to be completely free to express their thoughts in the process of media production. This inevitably made us want to question the authenticity of their voices. Moreover, what's even worse is that in some cases, the uneven distributions of power, which can manifest itself in various forms such as gender and racial stereotypes, is reinforced rather than resolved by the creative work produced by young people, as opposed to what many scholars consider as one of the opportunities enabled by youth self-expression through media production. If a young producer is influenced by the entrenched social inequalities and then adopt it in their ways of representations, they will very likely reproduce the very inequalities. Taking into account the impact on the authenticity of voice, to what extent and in what ways should educators and researchers intervene in the process of media production by young people? How do power relations, as well as the context and setting in which the young producers are situated, stand in the way of their self-expression? These will be thoroughly discussed in the essay.